Happy day students, welcome to class 7, chapter 4, heat. Students, in our day-to-day life, we come across a number of objects. Some of them are hot and some of them are cold, right? Example, we can say tea is hot and ice is cold. You also know that some objects are hotter than others, while some are colder than others. How do we decide which object is hotter than the other? We often do it by touching the objects. Let's start the chapter heat. So, what is called heat? Heat is a form of energy. Greater the heat energy, hotter the body. Heat energy can be converted into other forms of energy like mechanical energy, light energy, electrical energy. Here, some conversion of heat into other forms of energy. We can say in normal machine, heat energy is converted into mechanical energy. Hot iron is converted into light energy. Some other forms of energy which is converted into heat energy. We can say candle. The chemical energy is converted into heat energy. The bulb. Bulb has electrical energy. It is converted into heat energy. Sources of heat: sun, fire, and electricity. These are the main source of heat. Types of substances: inflammable substances, substances which can easily catch fire. Example, we can say LPG, wood, grass, kerosene, paper. Non-flammable substances, which means substance which are fire resistant. Example, water, sand, stone, concrete, etc. Conductors. What is called conductors? Substance through which heat is easily conducted. Example, silver, gold, copper, aluminum. We can say commonly it is a metal, right? Insulators. Substances through which heat is not easily conducted. Example, wood, glass, wax, stone, water, air, etc. Students, we cannot always rely on our sense of touch to decide whether an object is hot or cold. Sometimes it may deceive us. Then, how do we find out how hot an object really is? A reliable measure of the hotness of an object is its temperature. Temperature of a body is a measure of the degree of hotness or coldness of that body. It is an indication of the amount of heat present in a body. Flow of heat. If two substances at different temperatures are brought in contact, heat flows from hotter body to the colder one until their temperatures are equalized. Example, to cool a glass of hot milk, placed it in cold water, heat flows from hot milk to cold water. Scales of temperature. For temperature, we can measure different scales, that is Celsius, Fahrenheit, Kelvin. Celsius measured as degree Celsius. At lowest scale, we can say it is a freezing point of water, that is 0 degrees Celsius. In upper scale, it is represented as boiling point of water, that is 100 degrees Celsius. That interval between the two fixed points is divided into 100 parts. Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit we can measure as degree Fahrenheit. Lowest scale, that is 32 degree Fahrenheit, and the upper scale we can say that is 12 degree Fahrenheit. The interval between the fixed point is divided into 180 parts. Kelvin. Kelvin measured as K, and lowest scale we can represent it as 273 K. Upper scale is 373 K. The interval between the two fixed points is divided into 100 parts. Celsius to Fahrenheit. How we can convert it Celsius to Fahrenheit? That is degree Celsius into 9 by 5 plus 32, which is equal to degree Fahrenheit. And how we can convert to Kelvin from Celsius? That is degree Celsius plus 272, which is equal to K. Fahrenheit to Celsius, that is degree Fahrenheit minus 32 into 5 by 9, which is equal to degree Celsius. Difference between heat and temperature. Heat is a form of energy. Temperature is the degree of hotness or coolness of a body. Heat is the cause. Temperature is the effect. It is combined energy of all the molecules moving inside a body. It is only the measure of how fast molecules are moving in a body. Faster the molecule vibrate, hotter the body. The SI unit of heat is joule. Other units are calorie and kilocalorie. The SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. Other units are Celsius, that means degree Celsius or degree Fahrenheit. It is measured by thermometer. Temperature we can measure by thermometer. There is two different types of thermometer we are having, that is clinical thermometer and laboratory. Measurement of temperature. Temperature is measured by a device called thermometer. Temperature is measured in degrees. Temperature is measured on two scales, Celsius and Fahrenheit. Degree Celsius is the symbol for the Celsius scale. Degree Fahrenheit is the symbol for the Fahrenheit scale. The Fahrenheit scale is the most popular in the United States. Celsius scale is most commonly used in the Canada. Clinical thermometer. The thermometer that measures the temperature of our body is called clinical thermometer, which is used in hospitals. So the construction of thermometer. A clinical thermometer has a long narrow glass tube. It has bulb at one end containing mercury. It has a scale called Celsius scale marked in degrees Celsius. A clinical thermometer reads temperature from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. The clinical thermometer has a small kink constriction near the bulb to prevent the mercury level from falling down. The normal temperature of the human body is 37 degrees Celsius. Reading a clinical thermometer. Wash the thermometer with an antiseptic solution. Hold it firmly and give it a few jerks to bring the level of mercury below 35 degrees Celsius. Then place the bulb of the thermometer under your tongue. After 1 minute, take out the thermometer and note the reading. This will be your body temperature. Digital thermometers. Digital thermometers are preferred over conventional mercury thermometer. Digital thermometers are easy to read because it gives LCD display of the temperature of the person. They are also mercury free. Laboratory thermometer. A laboratory thermometer has a long narrow glass tube. It has a bulb at one end containing mercury. It has a scale marked in degrees Celsius. The range of a laboratory thermometer is generally from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Measuring the temperature with a laboratory thermometer. Take some tap water in a beaker. Dip the thermometer in the water so that the bulb of the thermometer does not touch the bottom or the sides of the beaker. Hold the thermometer vertically. The mercury level rises. Wait till the level of mercury becomes steady. Note the level of mercury. This will be the temperature of the water. Effects of heat. Change in temperature of body. When a body gains heat, temperature increases, and when it is cold, temperature decreases. Change in shape of body. Length, volume and area of the substance increases when heat is supplied to it. This is known as thermal expansion. Thermal expansion happening in three states: solid, liquid and also gas. Change of state of matter. Change of state of matter also we can see three states: solid, liquid and gas. We see detailedly. Change of state. Fusion or melting. Solid changes to liquid by absorbing heat at constant temperature. Example, ice into water at 0 degrees Celsius. Freezing. Liquid changes to solid by releasing heat at constant temperature. Example, water into ice at 0 degrees Celsius. Vaporizing or boiling. Liquid changes to vapor state by absorption of heat at constant temperature. Example, water changes to steam at 100 degrees Celsius. Freezing. Vapor changes into liquid state by releasing heat at constant temperature. Example, steam converts into boiling water at 100 degrees Celsius. Sublimation. Solid directly converts into gaseous state. Example, naphthalene or camphor. Deposition. Gas condenses into solid state. Example, conversion of carbon dioxide into dry ice. Transfer of heat. You might have observed that a frying pan becomes hot when kept on a flame. It is because the heat passes from the flame to the utensil. When the pan is removed from the fire, it slowly cools down. Why does it cool down? The heat is transferred from the pan to the surroundings. So you can understand that in both cases, the heat flows from the hotter object to the colder object. In all cases, heat flows from a hotter object to a colder object. The process by which heat is transferred from the hotter end to the colder end of the object is known as conduction. Or we can say the process of heat transfer along a body from one molecule to another without actual motion of molecules. Example, heating of metal handle of a pan. Convection. Convection, the process by which heat is transmitted through liquids and gases from places of higher temperature to lower temperature by actual movement of molecules. Example, heating of water in a pan. Radiation, the process by which heat is transferred from one body to another along straight lines without affecting the intermediate medium. Example, in microwave, the food gets heated without heating the intermediate. Examples of conduction, convection, and radiation. Conduction, melting of ice due to outside heat. Cooking vessels made up of metals as they get heated forced by conduction. Convection, sea breeze during daytime, land breeze during nighttime. Radiation, heat and light from sun reach the earth. Since the radiations are independent of the medium, they can even travel through vacuum. Example, heat and light rays from sun to earth. Sea breeze and land breeze. Sea breeze. During the day, the land gets heated faster than the sea. So the air above the land gets heated, becomes hotter, and rises up, and cool air from the sea moves towards the land. This is called sea breeze. Land breeze. During the night, sea cools down slowly than the land. So the hot air above the sea rises up, and cool air from the land moves towards the sea. This is called land breeze. Dark colored surfaces and colored surfaces. Dark colored surfaces absorb more heat than light colored surfaces. Take two tin cans of the same size, paint the outer surface of one black and other white. Pour equal amounts of water in each and leave them in sunlight for about 1 hour. Measure the temperature of water in both the cans. The water in the black can is warmer than the water in the white can. Dark colored surfaces radiate more heat than light colored surfaces. Take two tin cans of the same size, paint the outer surface of one black and the other white. Pour equal amounts of hot water of the same temperature, say 60 degrees Celsius. Leave them in a room or shade for 10 to 15 minutes. Measure the temperature of water in both the cans. The water in a black can is cooler than the water in a white can. This is what the applicable in summer season and winter season. Why we should wear dark colored clothes in winter and light colored clothes in summer. Dark colored surfaces absorb more heat than light colored surfaces. Dark colored surfaces radiate more heat than light colored surfaces. We wear dark colored clothes in winter because it absorbs more heat and keeps us warm. We wear light colored clothes in summer because it reflects more of the heat and keeps us cool. So, we wear woolen clothes in winter because wool is a pure conductor of heat, and the air in between the wool fibers prevents loss of heat from our body, so we feel warm. Thank you, children.